Hello and welcome back to another Naruto video. In today's one we're going over something pretty interesting. So last week we got to see the final issue for Naruto and TMNT crossover, and it was alright. It was a decent enough ending for the crossover. However, there's been something pretty interesting with the release of this series in terms of the final issue, just because the final issue hasn't actually been released everywhere. So I want to say it was like Saturday or possibly Friday, someone on Reddit posted up a interesting post which I wasn't aware of in terms of the release of the final issue, and in this post it goes on to say that this final issue hasn't actually been released like anywhere really outside the US. And when I look into it, it's pretty interesting because it has actually been confirmed on like a few different sites. So this is all coming from a site called Ace Comics. This is a place which I've been to a few times before. They are pretty decent. They're not the best comic shop ever, but yeah. But either way, they have this comic site, and you know you can put like your subscriptions down for comics and all that kind of stuff. So you can do your pull list. I think that's what it's called. However, when you look at the TMNT and Naruto series, something pretty interesting came up. So it's saying that it's cancelled, and it's saying that the TMNT and Naruto series has now specific license restrictions and is no longer available for sale outside the US. And sorry, we will not be able to supply issue 3 onwards of this series. So yeah, okay, so this is pretty interesting for a few reasons. So one, they are a little bit wrong here because issue 3 was released in the UK and other places. And also, I would like to mention this as well. I don't know how much this is affecting the release of this series. If it's just like the effects in the UK, or if it will like affect any other countries. But so far, it's not affected the US, which is like great for you guys, yeah, but not great for me. But yeah, so this is pretty interesting. And then, like for this, I was quite curious about this because I wasn't too sure if I 100% believed it because, well, why would you? I mean, it's Turtles in Naruto, of course they'll be releasing everywhere. So I wasn't really 100% convinced by this. But I did look on this other website which I normally use to buy comics in the UK, and that is Forbidden Planet. Now when we do look over here, we don't actually get to see anything from issue number 4. The only issue 4 which I do have currently is a like a variant cover one, which is about like 30 quid. And yeah, I mean it's good that like we had to get like this this issue only through this cover. However, they have been able to release issue number 3, but nowhere on this site have they mentioned anything about issue number 4. And I didn't receive any emails about it either, saying that we won't be able to get issue number 4 or anything like that. So I do find that to be rather interesting that they've been able to release the first 3 issues, but not been able to do the last one. And to make it even a little bit more interesting and more of a unique situation, Forbidden Planet does have the trade paperback version of the series, and in the description for it, it does say collect issue 1 through 4. Oh boy, this is really annoying me now. So yeah, so I'm very confused about this whole situation. Do I actually have the rights to actually release this series in the UK or any other country or what? Because it's able to release the first 3 issues and the collected edition. Why are they not allowed to release issue number 4? It's a very stupid and weird situation. And yeah, so yeah, okay, so yeah, let's go over this a little bit more because with the terms of the licensing thing that Ace Comics did mention in their post, saying that it's like restrictions outside the US. So with this, I'll just say that it has nothing to do with the Turtles, just because I'm still able to pre-order all the Turtle comics, such as the Mutant Nation, the ongoing Samurai Adventures, all the new ones, also Shredder, and possibly the other ones. I know that the Journal one went up for pre-orders a few hours ago, and I was able to pre-order that without no problems. So it's clearly not the Turtle side of things. So it must be Naruto. But even with that, I don't know why they have restrictions outside of the US, because I know that there are unique things going on in the world. I won't go into specifics, but there is stuff affecting a lot of stuff in the world and that kind of stuff. But I don't know what this has to do to affect the licensing for Naruto in the UK or anything like that. I mean, it's just so weird and stupid, considering that they released the first 3 issues and now yeah, no, we can't release it. It's stupid and weird. It's really annoying because I'm so close to having the full series, and just why? There's no real reason for this. It's just so stupid. And considering that I would like to put in perspective, like all the other crossovers, there's been no other problem. It's just why? That is stupid. Possibly one of the worst things they have done so far. But I guess we'll wait and see about that. But at least there is like a way to collect the final issue, either through the expensive cover or through trade paperback version. By that point, you've already collected the other issues. Why would you go out and buy them again just to read one issue? It's a very stupid situation, but who knows, maybe this could all change. I highly doubt it, but it would be nice for them to rectify this mistake and actually release it, because like they do have the licensing to release it in the trade paperback version. Just why? They need to like rectify this mistake. It is a very stupid and very easy one to fix. Just release the issue, but no. So I guess I have to go through other ways to collect it. This is the reason why we don't like IDW. They are not making it easy for themselves to be liked. But, oh boy, but yeah. So yeah, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about all this? I mean, I don't think this will affect anyone except for me and like a few other people in the UK and possibly some other countries. But either way, this is still like some pretty big news that they have, you know, like more or less like stopped these series from potentially being read by more people, and they're now losing out money for no real reason. It's a very stupid thing. Oh god, how many more times do I need to say this before it actually kicks in? But yeah, I'm very curious to see, like, hear about other people's reaction, because in that, like, you know, like people in like the US, they have access to the actual issue, and I'm presuming that other countries as well have access to like that issue as well. But in the actual issue itself, there's nothing in there that would just restrict it. It's just why? I'm so close to collecting the full series. It's a very stupid thing, and I'm just so curious to see how people react to all this, because, like, you know, it won't affect literally anyone else but a few other people in the UK. Oh god, this is either going to be one of the best situations or one of the worst situations for people. I can't wait to see how it turns out, but I got a feeling that they're probably not going to do anything about it, and it's a real shame because they could have made a lot of money from it, but no, well, they're just idiots, I guess. But yeah, oh boy. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below what do you think about all this. I got a feeling, like I already said, I don't think many people will care about this, but I'm just curious to hear like what you have to say about it, because I don't have access to it now. Why? But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Please share, subscribe, and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.